All right, Shalom. To start this lesson, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Shalaki. Double honors to our elders apostles, a great millstone to rule well, and push out the 100% truth and truth, sincerity, and Shalom to the whole full across the four winds, the one. This lesson be edifying. And this is going to be basically a lesson on a dream that I had probably like a week ago. I was kind of hesitant to do a lesson on it, but Spirit just allowed it to where I'm just gonna do a video on it. And basically what happened in the dream was I was at work, and it just felt like a normal day, a regular day. I was at work, I was outside, close by the break room, wearing my uniform, and when I looked up to the sky, or before I looked up to the sky, it was an Edomite manager. He told me, he said, look, and he pointed with his finger. So then I looked up, and those airplanes, like the Delta airplanes, Spirit Airlines, airplanes those size, right? I see airplanes like that, but they're not flying high like they usually do. They're flying low to a point looks like they're falling out the sky. And there was one that it was so close that you could actually see the bottom of the airplane. And I'm seeing the gray smoke come from out behind the airplanes. Like it stalled or like a fire. I don't know what it was, but you can see the gray smoke, and you can see the airplane just low flying into the distance and possibly crashing. I believe that they were crashing like towards the end. And as I'm seeing that, the sky started to get darker and like grayish. So then afterwards, I'm like, oh shit. So then I try to grab my phone to call my wife and check on her if she's okay. And when I went to grab my phone, you know how your phone has the 1 bar, the 2 bar, the 5 bars. Literally, what I seen on my phone was no bars. Like it was to the point like the bar signal had a line through it. There was no bars when I looked at my phone, and I'm at work. I'm like, damn, I gotta get to my wife, make sure she's okay. Then I woke up from the dream, and I talked to brothers, and what we believed it was an EMP attack. America has the weakest grid, which I'm gonna grab that real quick. Weakest power grid. I believe it's the weakest power grid or the oldest power grid. Oldest power grid, Salakia. America. Salakia. Oldest power grid. Yes, America has the first commercial electrical power grid established with Thomas Edison's Pearl Street Station in New York City in 1882, which was the world's first central power plant and model for future grids. This system then rapidly laying the foundations for the large, complex grid that serves the United States today, though much of its infrastructure is aging and in need of modernization. So we have the oldest power grid. So if an EMP attack were to happen, we're screwed. Which I believe that's what was happening to cause these airplanes fall out of the sky, and the phones to have no signals. It reminded me of that the movie Leave the World Behind. That's exactly what it reminded me of. And I don't know if you remember that beach scene where you see the airplane falling out the sky and it crashed on the beach. What I seen in my dream was the airplane falling out the sky, but it was crashing somewhere else. Hey, and we know possible EMP attacks is to happen. We understand that this society is crumbling, and we just read as well that America's infrastructure is the oldest infrastructure, and just a couple precepts. Really, I want that Joel too. Cause hey, the times that we're living in, hey, anything can happen. Anything could pop off. EMP can happen. An EMP attack can happen just like that. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And that's what's happening right now. It's a lot of people that the Lord is giving them dreams and visions, and they're uploading and sharing, man. These are the times that we're living in, man. It says, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days where I pour out my spirit. And I remember there was a clip that I seen a while ago. It was a little girl, and she was crying, and she was speaking in Spanish. She was crying and said, he's coming, he's mad. And then after that, she said, Jesus Cristo no blanco, Jesus Cristo negro. Basically saying that the world, the man whose name is Yahushua, the only begotten son whose name is Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he's a so-called black man, not a white man. That's what she was saying. Verse 30, now shew wonders in heavens and in earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. You know, we had a bunch of blood moons. You know, we had a bunch of eclipses. You know, these are things that's happening. This is prophecy, man. Right here, this is the prophecy that's playing out right now. It says the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. And I believe that it was a blood moon 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. September 7th. Yeah, blood moon, wows, sky watches worldwide. Best photos of 2025 total lunar eclipse. And I just want to search something up real quick. How many blood moons happened in 2025? March 13th, September 7th to the 8th. 2 blood moons. And we even having a lot of blood moons too. But continuing on, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and a remnant in whom the Lord shall call. Now, remnant is the elect. Only the elect is going to call on the true name of the Heavenly Father. What's the true name of the Heavenly Father? His name is Yahweh, which means he exists, Bahashim, which means in the name, and the true name of the only begotten Son, who the world only calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahushua, which means he saves and delivers, which is what he's going to do for the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect. But I just wanted to share that dream. Lord willing, it was edifying. Just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our elders, apostles, and great millstone, to root well and push out 100% truth into sincerity. And shalom to the whole full leg, scattered across the four winds. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, shalom.